Districts, where we see at half-time Corio 8-10-58, Leigh Districts 1-4-10. And just a special mention, unfortunately, one of the central umpires here this afternoon copped something in his eye and has been taken to the Geelong Hospital, which leaves umpire Mutzart to do the game on his own. We wish umpire Robert Beattie a speedy recovery.
Yeah, that's bad news, Barry, isn't it? That's a real shock. Anyway, Stewart goes up. The big fella wins the hit down. Goes into the towards Roworth. Roworth is held without the footy. Play-on's the call. Truan's in there battling hard for Leigh Districts. Players stacking on top, but he'll have to ball this one up, and he's going to do that just wide of that wet patch in the centre. Just walked the ground, and it is very, very slippery now after that rain, Barry.
Yes, as I said, during the second quarter, the ball was like a lump of soap. Up they go. Stewart gets a ball down, but it's into the pack again. The umpire's going to be forced to move in and ball it up.
Just while you're mentioning big Mark Stewart there, he hasn't turned 17 yet. I'm just talking to his father on the way across the ground. He hasn't turned 17.
Right, from that throw-up, Stewart gets a tap down. It's tap forward, though, for the Leigh District side. Scramble of players. Stewart picks it up. He can't do anything with it. Now it comes out. Picked up here and kicked forward for Corio by Matthew Cullen down to half forward. The bouncing ball, Benson couldn't control it. Down it goes towards Boothroyd. Uses his body, and Boothroyd's taken a mark 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Just while we're waiting for Boothroyd to take his kick, the boys of Guest Video would like to thank the Corio Club for the afternoon tea that was supplied to him here this afternoon.
Boothroyd can have the kick. That was Mark Brown that kicked it in mid-air, that got the ball down the ground. Boothroyd took the nice mark. Got 3 goals, 1 on the board.
Takes a long time to kick, doesn't he?
Well, good full forward should, Barry. In comes Boothroyd. Fires at goal. Goal umpire drifting across. He's got the all clear. He's got the goal, Rod Boothroyd. That's his 4th. At 2.5 minutes into the third quarter, and they've gone further ahead, Corio. It's a one-horse race here today. We saw Leigh Districts a couple of weeks ago play a terrific game of footy to down North Geelong, but gee, they're not in the hunt today, Barry Walker.
No, not the same side, David. So used to David, I'm sorry, but no, they're not the same side as we seen a couple of weeks ago. They've struggled up forward. They're passing. They've made fundamental mistakes, and Corio's capitalised on them. Right, the Kerrs Northside Higher Corio Village News Agency third quarter scoreboard. Corio 64, Leigh Districts 10. From the throw up, it's Stewart who gets it down again, but is picked up here and kicked forward by Truan for Leigh Districts down towards the forward line. Oh, Kennedy nearly brought in a good mark. Corio pick it up.
Good smother, Kennedy. Smothered it right off the boot.
Kent it was. Now handball back to McCone. McCone from the back pocket straight across the goal mouth. He's got a teammate over here in McNamara, and he takes a mark. McNamara now goes back. McCone runs down the side of him, but he ignores him. Kicks the ball towards the half-back flank. Players set themselves out here. Oh, it's going through nicely and taking the mark there is Hutchison.
Strong player, Hutchison. Took that mark nicely in front of Ogle, who might have been shifted into the centre. Here comes Hutchison with the foot round towards Stewart. He lets it go for his teammate there in Benson, who couldn't handle it. Picked up by Stewart. He fires the kick, but the boundary umpire right on the job here has decided it was out of play before Jason Stewart could get the foot into that one. And it's got to come back. Ian Ferguson just relaying the footy to the boundary up, and he's going to throw this one in right in front of the commentary position. It's bright sunshine now at the Corio Oval. We've had all sorts of weather here today. We've had wind, rain, and now we've got a bit of sun. Boundary umpire puts it back into play. Stewart hits his way to the front. No trouble at all towards Brown. Brown comes out, but it's beautifully coming out of defence here. Well, was the player there in Russell McIntosh. Kicks the ball up towards half forward. Good tumbling mark. Going back with the flight of the ball. Taken here by Kent comes out with the left foot towards half forward. The target there was the big fella in Boyle. Couldn't handle it. Hand pass from Hassett goes to Jolly. And Jolly of Leigh Districts fires it out wide. He's got a running player out there in Dyer. Takes the mark. Plays on immediately. Fires into half forward. Towards centre wing actually. Player unable to take the mark. And it tumbles close to the fence. And they're going to have a boundary throw in on the far side of the ground now. No distance gain for either side from the previous throw in on this side.
No, Leigh Districts going very wide. They've gone from one side of the ground to the other and 2 kicks and gained no distance in length. Right from the throne, up they go. Sotomaker gets it down, but it's a handball out here for Corio. Brown's in there, taps it back to Big Stewart. He's long handball. He's got a running player going through the centre, hits him on the chest, kick down towards the forward line. Boothroyd uses his body again, nudges the player out. if we'd had the 2 umpire system, I think he might have been
I think he might have been in a fair bit of trouble, but of course just the one umpire really, he can earn his money today now, and Rod Boothroyd was able to give the nudge, take the mark. He was caught behind on that occasion, Ferguson doing everything right out in front, but Boothroyd just nudged him and the umpire too far away to pick that one up, and we're going to see Rod Boothroyd legs come in to have his shot for gold. He's got 4 goals, 1 on the board. The only one he missed is the one I said he couldn't possibly miss. But I'm not going to make that statement here. The wind's a factor this time. Boothroyd, only 35 metres out from goal. On the right foot, goal umpire leans back. It's right over the top of his hat. Lovely kick by Rodney Boothroyd. It's his 5th goal on the board, and Corio have gone further ahead.
Yes, 5 goals here this afternoon, 68 for the year to the Corio full forward, and he makes it look easy down there. But as I said, he got away with a little bit of a nudge there, and he's brought up his 5th goal. Right, waiting for the ball to come back. We see the Corio Kerrs Northside Hire Corio News Agency scoreboard show Corio 10-10-70. Leigh Districts 1 goal for 10.
20 shots to 5.
Leigh have kicked 1 point since the end of the first quarter.
Yes. Just not having a good day today, the Leigh District side. I'm sure they'll bounce back, but today's not the day, obviously. They were pretty fired up, but after half-time they come out and got together and had a bit of a roar at each other, but not working. Up they go. Again, Big Stewart wins the hit down. Tried a little back footer there from Kent, might have been. Here's the chance to come away for Leigh District, so they can't pick it up. Player got it now. Well played too. He spun out of trouble there, Hilda. And Hilda kicks the ball across towards centre wing. Ogle's in trouble. Needs to get rid of his tackle. Slips the tackle. Gives the right hand pass. Then gives it across to Sotomarco. And Daryl Sotomarco fires them into attack. But a shocking kick. And going back, taking the mark is Thompson.
Right, Warren Thompson now chips one towards the centre, and he's got McDowell between the centre of the ground and centre half back. Plays on quickly now. Stewart tried to shepherd McDowell and ran straight into him as the kick goes down to half forward. Grabbing the ball there in defence is McIntosh. Goes out wide where he's got Roweth. He's got a panic. He could run down to half forward. He decides to kick down there. Up they fly. Over the back of the packer goes. Play on, the umpire says, as McCone it is. Comes out with the ball. Kicks towards Fapani, and Fapani's taken the mark. Right, Fapani.
Pretty good player today too, Frank Foppiani, hasn't he? He's had plenty of the footy.
He has. And the defensive side of centre kicks the ball out towards the half-forward line looking for Boyle. Over his head it goes. Hassett's at the back there. It takes the ball towards the boundary line, gets a quick kick around the corner, but unfortunately it goes across the line on the full, and the free kick to be taken over there by Fapani as the rain falls again here at the Shell Oval.
Here it comes again. I'll better bring my golf umbrella next time we come out here, I think, because it's on and off all day. And Frank Foppiani got the footy, centre wing position, about to send Corio into attack. The kick is a short one. The kick is not a good one. And here comes, coming out of defence, taking a mark, Craig Eves of the Leigh District side at centre half back.
Probably their best player here this afternoon, Eves from centre half back. A lovely kick down over the centre. Up they go, Ogle underneath it. Tapped out there for Corio, but it's picked up and handballed out wide. Dyer's in there for the Leigh District side. Slips over at the crucial stage. Picked up here, handball across to Kent. Kent kicks the ball back round the corner to McCone, and McCone takes a mark in the centre of the ground.
Been a strong player today too. McGilla puts it on the foot, goes out wide. Who's playing on this man? Frank Foppiani. Got no one near him. Now he's got someone coming in. Bumped after he kicked.
Boothroyd's free
kick.
kick.
The forward line. You've called it, Barry. Boothroyd free kick. Ferguson took the mark, but Boothroyd was being held out, was he, Barry?
Yeah, by Filet. That's the first time he's been in front. The last couple of times he's gave the nudge from behind and got away with it. This time he gets in front and is held and cops the free kick.
Well, that's the luck of the draw, I guess. Just waiting on Mick O'Toole to go and fetch this ball. Not too many keen young kids here to fox the ball today. You've got to go and get it yourself if it goes out of bounds. But O'Toole's got it for his teammate Boothroyd, who, well, you'll have time to make a comment, Barry, because he'll be a while before he has a shot for goal.
Yes, it's the same setup though, isn't it, this quarter? From the centre, they've got Big Stewart dominating the ruck, getting it down to their runners, and they're playing more direct football, the Corio side, and Leigh Districts are really struggling here this afternoon.
I'd like to see the stats. I reckon they've had twice as much of the ball at least as Leigh Districts. Really have a fair bit of the ball here today. Waiting on Rod Boothroyd. He's coming in to try and kick number 6. Here he comes. On the right foot, goal umpire charges across to the right-hand side and signifies you're offline legs. It's just 1 point. So 5 goals, 2 on the board now to Big Rod.
10 minutes into the third quarter on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. For all your locksmithing needs, call in and see Rocky out there at Corio Village.
He's certainly been a good player down there for him. Even the first quarter he only kicked the one goal, but he was opening up the forward line, leading well, and players are running in behind him. Ferguson now at full back. Had his work cut out today as Ian Ferguson. Favours the outer side of the ground with a very short kick, and he's found his mate inside of Marco there. Plays on immediately. Oh, he's gone short as well. Wasn't a particularly good kick looking for Jolly. Through they come. Chance here for McKenzie. Paddles the ball in front of him. Picks it up. Fires on the right foot in towards the goal mouth. Backing back and taking a good mark as is the young Stewart. This is Jason Stewart, the short one we should say, not the young one, because the young one's in the ruck. And Jason Stewart's been a good player for them today.
Yes, playing on half forward, and he's created space for them. He's moved down to the forward line now and taken a mark about 5-10 metres out. Comes in, drop punt, straight through the centre.
That's his second goal for the day. Kicked 2 goals, 3. He's certainly been a live wire across half forward, Jason Stewart, and he's beaten both his opponents today against Leigh Districts. We played 11 minutes into the third quarter on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. Rockies, of course, out there at Corio Village. If you've got any lock problems, Rockies the man to fix the lot, and also look after you with some trophies.
Good to see the big fella from full forward, Boothroyd, come out and pat Stewart on the back and have a few words to him, and encouraging his forward teammates out here this afternoon.
Certainly is. Corio 77 play Leigh Districts 10 on the Kerrs Northside Hire and Corio Village News Agency scoreboard.
The ball back in the centre, thrown up by umpire there. Big Stewart gains about 20 metres with that head out. Jolly ducks. Oh, it's still beyond here.
Oh, pardon me. Well, he talked the umpire into that one. The umpire didn't blow the whistle. Jolly stopped and looked at him. Then he blew the whistle. Then the player counted into him. Jolly, short kick, looking for Ogle. Been a quiet player. Didn't find him. Far hand pass comes out to Cations when another quiet player gets the kick across to Kennedy. Won't mention how quiet he's been. He kicks the ball into the forward line, but a shocking kick. And going back taking the mark is Motzit.
Right from half-back, kicks the ball down towards centre wing. A good mark taken by Kennedy here between centre wing and half-forward. Spears the ball in towards centre half-forward. He's got a player there on his own.
Jennings
picks it up, kicks down towards the pocket. They set themselves down there, thumped away by the defensive Corio. Jolly's going in there, throws the ball back, but it goes straight into the arms of the big fella Stewart. Lumbers away, kicks down here towards centre wing. Over to the back there, taking a good mark for the Leigh District side is Hilda. Hilda now goes straight across the centre. No one home allows McDowell to run in there, but he's got support from McCone. McCone gets it. Handballs at 20 metres ahead of him, but he's beaten for pace by Dyer, the 200 gamer here this afternoon, but it beats both players across the line and will have a throw in centre wing.
Well, I think David Hilda must have better vision than I have. I don't know who he was looking for with that kick. It just went into nowhere. And they had another turnover, and Corio able to take the ball out of defence, and we've got a boundary throw in centre wing position. 13 minutes gone, third quarter, Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. You really wonder what they can do to get back into this game. It looks as though it's all over to me. Wait on the boundary throw, and here it is. Just takes it out of the air this time, Stewart. No worries about 3 votes at the moment. Picks it up, kicks towards centre half forward. From behind, Jason Stewart takes the mark, used the body beautifully and the judgment, and Jason Stewart receives the kick from his brother. They've both played great games, and Jason has kicked 2 goals, 3. He's lining up for his third goal. He's going to kick from, let me see, 48.5 metres. He kicks it high. It's going to be short. It's into the goal square. There's a mark taken down there, is there?
Yes.
And it's
Boyles.
It's Boyle, is it? He's right on the bottom of that pack. He's got up now. Boothroyd patting players on the back. There's about 7 players went for the mark. And Big Boyle, who's been a pretty good contributor too at half forward for the Corio side. Already kicked 1 goal. Been off target. Kicked 1 goal, 3. Punt kicks with this one. Goal umpire says it's a goal.
Yes, he's second for the afternoon. Another one to the Corio side here at the 14-minute mark of the third quarter on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock. And young Jason Stewart took that mark over his third opponent for the afternoon here in Russell McIntosh.
He's a will o' the wisp. He's a real old-time half-forward flanker. He's in, he's out, he's up, he's back, he's all over the place. And on the Corio Village News Agency and the Kerrs Northside Higher scoreboard, Corio 12 goals 11. They've gone to 83 points on the board. Leigh Districts just 1 goal for 10. And what quarter did they kick their goal in, Leigh Districts, Barry? In the first quarter. Been a pretty quiet time for the forwards up there. We saw them a couple of weeks ago. We saw Kennedy play well, Cations and a few others. Sort of Marco played well that day, but hasn't been there day to day. Robertson's gone into the centre bounce to do battle with Big Stewart as the umpire gets the ball back. He'll throw this one up for sure. Good picture of him in the screen. Then he does throw it up. Good lad. Up they go. Stewart wins the hit down. Taps it to himself. Handballs there towards Propiani. Knocks the ball forwards. Here's a chance to come out of defence here for the Leigh District side. A short kick out towards the centre wing. Player running onto the ball. Picks it up. Donaldson, well played. Fires the kick. He'd gone wide again into the forward line. Out on a lead there. Unable to take the ball before McNamara was right behind him to knock it over the fence. Was the big fella down there. Looked like Sotomarco. And we'll have a boundary throw in the forward pocket for Leigh Districts.
Right, now waiting for the boundary umpire to retrieve the ball to bring it back into play. Big Stewart's in there, Sotomarco's on the end with him. Stewart brings it to turf. A handball out before Corio gets it out where it's picked up here and kicked forward towards the centre of the ground, but it's all Leigh District straight into the waiting arms of Roas. Roas handballs it across to the big fella there in Robertson. His handball down to Eves. Eves chips one out wide to a teammate out there. Oh, he's going to run into trouble. Handballs to a player in a worse position than him in Totten, and now allows the Corio backman through McDowell to pick the loose ball up. Kicks the ball back towards centre half back. Up they go. Big Robertson goes up and takes the mark at centre half forward.
Good mark by the big fella. He's tried hard for his side today. It's a fair way out from goal. He's looking for a short one, I think, now. He's decided he's going to have a kick. Big Ray Robertson puts it on the foot, got close to the man on the mark, forced him to hook the ball up into the pocket. Up they go. Stewart was up there with the hands, and it goes off the back of the pack, and it's rushed through for one behind. Well, I guess any score is a good score for Leigh Districts at the moment. It's been a while since they got one. Now the umpire signifying that McNamara took the kick a bit early there. The goal umpire hadn't finished waving the flags. And now Darren McNamara puts that famous left foot into the footy, out towards half-back, looking there for the player in Benson. Down they come out of defence to Stewart, and Stewart puts the boot right into this too, kicks it into the centre of the ground, well knocked on there by Boyle, looking out the back for Jason Stewart, couldn't grab it. Hassett comes in, he's well tackled by Jason Stewart, allows the ball to spill. Here's the chance for a play, getting the foot into it. He's pulled off it as he kicked down towards the forward line. They'll get out of this Leigh Districts with a short kick out to half-back. Jolly's the target and Jolly's the marker at half-back.
Right now, Jolly from the back pocket.
Caught by Frank Popiani. Tried to run around him, spilt the ball. Umpire said legged. Lucky to get away with that. I thought it might have been dropping the ball, or holding the ball as the rule is now. And David Jolly kicks the ball. In goes Jennings, dropped one he should have taken. Chance here for Jason Stewart. He's thrown off the footy. Ogle's in there too. Here's the chance here for Mick O'Toole. Picks it up, gathers, fires on the left foot, gets into the goal square. It's across the face of goal, and it's through for one behind before Rod Boothroyd could get to it. Nice play by O'Toole, but just a touch off line with a kick.
I think Jolly, seeing he had Fapani on the mark, might have been trying to be a little bit too smart there. Fapani was up to the task and brought him to turf.
Good short kick out by Ferguson, finds Hassett. Yes, Hassett it was. Kicks the ball way out at half-back. Mark taken out here.
Eves.
For Leigh District by Craig Eves. He's certainly been a trier for them today. Eves puts the foot into it, up towards the centre of the ground, punched away by all defenders there. On the bottom of the pack, player pushed in the back, might have been Benson. Play on the call. Mark Brown's in there for Corio. The umpire's going to come in and ball this one up in the attacking zone of Corio. 18 minutes gone, third quarter.
Right, the ball's up in the air, up they go. Tap down here, we're racing onto the ball for the Leigh District side was Hilda. Gets it out wide. It's back to Eves now with handball. Eves dodges around one player, kicks down towards the centre wing. Up they go, in front Corio, bring the ball to turf. Over the line it goes and we'll have a throw in. No, it's out on the full and the free kick to be taken for Corio. Back there by Zimjevny, or Javiv?
Sajanev, we'll call him Sajanev. He's probably a very nice bloke. I just wish you'd change your name for our benefit. Sajanev kicks the ball towards the centre wing. Players rose, no one can take the mark. Big Robertson's in there. So too is Ferguson for Leigh Districts. Here's the chance as Jolly comes out with the ball, kicks the ball around the boundary line. Coming out to meet it well as Thompson of Corio, and he thumps it over the line and out of bounds for a boundary throw in on that far side of the ground. And it's very close to where Valdo Sajanev is over there, Barry, so I'll give it to you.
Thanks very much, as we're waiting for the boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. In it comes, Robinson versus Stewart. Stewart double hands it down to the front of the pack. He's in there, flips it out himself. He's kicked down here right into the waiting arms of Ferguson on centre wing.
He's been shifted away from Rod Boothroyd now, Ferguson. Might give him some run out of half-back. Oh, Jason Stewart's jeoparded out of the off the ball. Was still able to get the foot onto it. Running onto it, Big Boyle. Bends down, picks it up, tackled. The ball spills free. Here's a chance for Mick O'Toole. Couldn't quite gather it in time. Going back with the footy here is Hilda. Hilda can't get clear either. The pack develops down there. Comes out wide. Here's the chance for legs. Boothroyd. Cross it goes to Boyle. Have a shot, son. Eludes one player. Fires on the right foot into the goal square. Backing back. Can anyone get near this? They can't.
Out in the full.
That's out on the full. Benson was backing back there. Thought he was a chance, but he couldn't get the mitts up in time. And it's out on the full, deep in defence.
No. Must have been touched somewhere.
Must have been touched, was it?
Yeah. I thought the goal umpire signalled out on the full, but the boundary umpire's going to throw it in.
Filett's back at full-back now on Boothroyd.
You know, boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Up they go. Tapped down there by Big Robinson, but it goes across the line, gains about 5 metres, and another throw-in will take place.
Wasn't the highest boundary throw-in I've ever seen. We'll see how he does this time. That's a bit better. Up she goes.
Benson brings it to turf. Out here comes where it's a quick kick for the Leigh District side by Hilda around a half-back. Cations gets it, handballs it to a running teammate, but he's under pressure now. Hassett it is. Spears it down towards the centre of the ground. Eludes the players. A race for the ball now on centre wing. Leigh District soccer it off the ground. Gain a few more metres. McCone coming across strongly. Couldn't take the ball. Dyer flips it in. McCone shepherds for a teammate. Comes out to McCone with handball. Spears a pass in towards the centre looking for Big Stewart, but the mark's taken by Donaldson.
I thought he was off.
So did I.
He's got the benefit of the doubt, Donaldson. He goes back. He's allowed to take his kick. Kicks up to the forward line. Knocked away from Kennedy. In they go. Here's a chance there for Thompson at the bottom of the pack. Goes across there to his teammate who kicks out to half-back.
David Gibb on the ground.
David Gibb, was it? I'm going to say here's one we haven't seen before, and Gibb it is. Kicks the ball out to the centre wing, but racing through with a bit of pace there, unable to take the mark, Truan. They dive in on top of it, picked up here by Matthew Cullen. His kick is smothered. The ball socket around the boundary line. Chance for Roweth. Handballs over the top. Got a teammate coming forward here in Jolly. He leaves it for his teammate in Donaldson, who fires it out to Cations, and Cations kicks with the right foot.
Dumped.
Flattened after he kicked the ball. Down the field she goes. That's the first good bit of running football we've seen from Leigh Districts for some time, Barry.
Yes, it is, but they still had to struggle. You know, the pressure was on them, and the free kick's been paid down in the forward pocket, and it's going to be taken by Big Sotomarco, is it?
Yes, looks like Daryl Sotomarco, the big fella with the rather short hair.
On an acute angle, about 10 metres out, comes in, drop punt, a high kick. I think he's missed. 1 point.
Well, they still can't kick that second goal.
No.
The Leigh District side, just 1 goal on the board. Not the very good day's work at all. Waiting on the footy to come back.
Well, full credit must be given to the Corio backman because, you know, every time the ball's gone up there, they've put pressure on and 9 times out of 10 they've repelled it. There's a kick in from fullback, straight down the centre they go, up high and, oh, Mark Dash, well earned by Kennedy.
Good grab, that one, right in the middle of the muddy patch there.
Kennedy to put Leigh Districts back into attack, goes for a short pass. Oh, it fell very short. At the bottom of the pack, Corio bottle it up and we'll have a ball up at centre half forward. Umpire Mutzart throws the ball up in the air. Up they go. Big Stewart comes in, double hands it down, picked up by Kennedy. A fresh air kick, tapped out here for Corio, picked up by Hutchison down towards centre wing. His kick goes. Eves in the van there. Stewart 1 on 3, gets it. Handballs over. No one can take advantage of it though. Hilda runs onto it. Oh, cop one as he went through. Spins around, kicks the ball down towards half forward. Jolly comes through, thumps the ball ahead of him. Going through now is Dyer. Dyer's handball across to Ferguson. Ferguson gets a little kick out. Here's a chance for Roweth out on the half-forward line. Roweth grabs the ball in. Fapani's got him. Dropped the ball for mine when caught. And bad play, Darren Roweth. You should have got your boot to the ball. Allows Corio to come through now from the back line. Run the ball across the line and we'll have a throw in.
He tried to do too much there, Roweth, but there might have been any talking. He might have thought he was well clear and had time to steady. And Frank Popiani ran him down in the tackle, and the result's a boundary throw-in out there at half-forward for Leigh Districts. Big fella Robinson backhands one, but it goes straight in the arms of Hutchison. He tumbles the punt towards the centre wing position. Here's a chance for the players running on it. The boy just on the ground, Gibb.
Oh, good tackle on Eves.
Yes, and in they go out, stacking on top of the mill. Gibb fires this one out. Here's the chance for Corio. might be some Janovic out there. Picked up with the short left foot, kick towards the centre wing position. Anyone home out there at all? O'Toole it is. Fires a hand pass. Wasn't a particularly good one. Out. It's close to the fence and they're going to have a boundary throw in.
It's very scrambly play at the moment. I suppose players will be getting tired in the heavy conditions. Corio not as big a force as they were in the first half. Right from the tap down of Robertson, it goes back towards the boundary line and we'll have another throw in. 25.5 minutes into this, the third and vital quarter here at the Shell Oval this afternoon sees Corio with a commanding lead. The boundary umpire brings it back into play. Up they go. No one could take advantage of it. Parney's in there battling to get this ball out, but the umpire's going to be forced to move in and ball it up.
26 minutes gone, third quarter on the Rockies, 24-hour locksmith time clock. Rockies, of course, out there at Corio Village for all your lock problems. The umpire throws it up. Up they go. Stewart and Robertson nullify one another. It goes straight to their feet. We might have another throw up. He's trying to let it flow, but there's no chance of the ball getting out of there, and it's another throw up, exactly where he did the previous effort. Craig Eves hands the ball back, and the umpire, on his own at the moment, throws it up. Up they go. Robertson actually wins this one, comes down towards Truan. Out it comes. Here's a chance for Cations running onto it. Can't pick it up. Big chance here for Corio to come out of attack. Kick it off the ground. He couldn't. Oh, the players are overrunning the ball. Jolly fires out the hand pass. It was a good one.
Hassett.
Give it to Bassett. Hassett, was it? He couldn't get the kick in. They're tackling hard in here, Corio. In they go. Ooh, copped one a bit high there. And the player going back there in Eves, so he'll take the free kick.
Right, Eves plays on now. Oh, dumped after he kicked the ball down a half-forward line. Tapped over the back, allows the half-forward flanker there to run onto the ball in Kennedy. He gains about 10 metres with it going along the ground. Socket off the ground here for Corio. They try to get it out with handball. Diving in there for the Leigh District side is at Totten. Totten now kicks down towards the forward line. Over the heads of the players it goes. Going through strongly there for the Corio side was Thompson. He picks it up now, dodging and weave. No, it's not Thompson, it's McNamara who's got the ball now. Kicks the ball out here wide to McCone. He falls over at the crucial stage. Oh, Leigh, indecisive player, comes to Cations. Cations now from half forward has a long shot towards the goal, offline 1 point.
Gee, they'll get that second goal yet. They're off target. They've kicked, what's that, about 1 goal 7 on the board, I think. Hopefully,
27.5 minutes.
27.5 minutes gone as McNamara kicks the ball back into play for Corio, and the mark taken by Matthew Cullen. Cullen plays on immediately, fires it across, and the mark taken here by the player coming on the ground in Gibbs. Gibbs plays on, handballs over the top. More handball coming across. Here's a chance here for... couldn't pick up the play. Brown, was it? Down the ground, his number's obliterated. Knocked away by the defenders down there. Filett's back there, and it's over the line and out of bounds.
Good play, Hilda there. He tapped the ball away from Boothroyd, and it's gone across the line in the forward pocket for the Corio side, and we'll have a throw in.
The Paul Mallier out there, he's got more bandages than Gunson never wore. Have you ever seen so many bandages on legs?
No, I haven't.
He must have started getting ready about quarter time the seconds to get all those on.
Right, the boundary umpire to bring the ball back into play. In she comes. Up they go. Robertson from behind taps it down. Corio take the advantage. So scrambling players diving on top of each other. Jolly couldn't get it out. Picked up here for Corio. Handball by Mallier, but it's intercepted by Hassett. Hassett's kicked down towards centre wing over the head of Roweth. He's got a chance now to run onto it, but it beats him across the line, and we'll have a throw in centre wing, far side the ground, or the clubhouse side of the Shell Oval.
Pretty close to three-quarter time here at the Shell Oval. Boundary umpire a little bit behind the play there, just waiting for him to catch up. He's got it now. We're going to see Big Stewart again. He's been all over the ground. He's in the ruck again now, doing battle with Ray Robertson. Stewart wins the front position and wins the hit down. Doesn't travel very far. Here's a chance for Frank Foppiano to come away with the footy. He does on the right foot. Kicks the pass in towards Cullen. It bounces straight past him. Coming out of defence, chance here for the defenders through Hilda. His handball is ineffective as he slung off it. Ferguson's in there. Play a tackle very high. Play on the call. Ferguson's got it up. Whoops, a daisy. Umpire's going to come in and ball it up. Player's getting a little tired. Temper's getting a little frayed there at that stage. Good decision to ball that one up, umpire.
Right, throws the ball high in the air. Up they go. Big Robinson and Stewart. Stewart gets it out. A quick kick by Hutchison, but goes straight up in the air. Thump forward, though. It's tapped further away for Leigh Districts there, right into the arms of Big Stewart. He couldn't get away with it. Roweth picks it up, kicks it down a half forward. Out they come. McCone overruns it. So does Dyer. Dyer's back onto it now. But in he's back from McCone. The umpire calls play on, but a pack develops and he'll ball it up. making them earn their free kicks here in the third quarter. Right, umpire Muttart with the ball, throws it high in the air. Stewart wrestled to the ground. A handball out here for Corio, but Pack develops and he'll throw it up in exactly the same spot.
Umpire throws this one up, a bit higher this time. Up they go. Robertson wins the hit down, goes and gets it himself, but it's taken away by the Corio defenders. They kick the ball down where Ferguson we see coming out of the pack. He tumbles the punt down the forward line. The siren is gone.
At the 30.5-minute mark of that third quarter, and the players are going to have a well-earned rest. Well, the third quarter wasn't as good as the first half, I don't believe. It was very scrambly.
Got a sting gone out of the game, Barry, isn't there?
Yes,
just going through the motions.
Corio got the advantage early in that third quarter and put on a couple of goals, but from then on it was just nipping, sort of half-back line to half-back line and very scrambly play, and neither side could get the ball out in the open or get any run at all, and I thought the game deteriorated in that third quarter. The third quarter scoreboard, the Kerrs Northside Higher Corio Village News Agency three-quarter time scoreboard shows Corio 12-12-84, Leigh Districts 1 goal 7-13. We'll take a short break and be back for the final quarter here very shortly. Yeah.